environmental designer and consultant.
Hey John, from your perspective, what do you think is the most significant trends coming out of the recession?
It's become cheaper to do the right thing. Sustainability in the last 2 years has really gotten traction. It's become a strategic advantage in built world commercial real estate. I see a two-tier market. I see buildings that are green and buildings that aren't. And the value when the economy comes back, and I don't think it's going to come back like people think. I think we're in the new normal right now. I don't think people are going to move back into their lives or run their companies the way we did before. I think there's going to be a huge demand for efficiency. And so I think there are going to be buildings that are green and ones that aren't, sustainable buildings, ones that aren't. It's going to be much like it was when we had buildings that had asbestos and buildings that didn't have asbestos. And the value of a building that had asbestos went to zero. So I think that as a portfolio, buildings that are green, portfolio of green buildings, they're going to be worth more. They're going to lease out. They're going to have more robust tenants. They're going to have people that really are engaged in the buildings. I see another major trend coming out of Silicon Valley. I see the whole analog world going digital. I see lights becoming light drivers. I see firmware and the information about energy cycles. How much time is that light on? What's the temperature over my desk? And I see personal control coming. So there's just a network around how we live our waking hours, and we're going to have access. It's like peeling away at the onion. You just don't come to work anymore, sit down in your cubicle and go to work. You have a whole feedback loop about how that building runs and when to close your windows and when to dim your lights and what your footprint is. I also see carbon coming in really big. Carbon's going to be the measure. It's going to be the change agent. It's going to come through regulation. But the people who are in it and have been into sustainability and kind of moving forward, they're not going to react to things like the carbon world. They're going to be proactive. And I think that sense of direction is really going to turn it up for them. They're going to be the first movers when things open up around us. And I think it's not what it takes to build a building, it's what it takes to run it. It's not about CapEx anymore, it's about operation, it's about efficiencies, it's about footprint, it's about worker productivity. I also see a trend in the workplace index. We're going to, buildings, if you did a seat study of almost every major company in the world today, you'd find out that people are at their desks maybe 30–40% of the day. What are you going to do with that? They're on their iPhone, they're working on their iPad, they're working where they can work, and they're working all the time. And so the office has to sort of redefine itself. More reason to bring in high productivity through healthy environments, the right kind of air quality, really thinking out the sciences and the art of light and materials, and just making places so comfortable and so productive. Because at the end of the day, it's not really the building at all, it's payroll. My company's payroll is way bigger than any of the numbers that it takes to run the building. So it's really becoming financially, the monetization, money's following this. Money goes where it's treated friendly, and in the last couple of years, everyone's seen the whole green building movement, seen sustainability really take off. I think we're just the beginning. And I've been around since the beginning. I kind of know what it was like early on. We weren't relevant. We didn't really move the needle. And now it's really starting to happen. And I think the economy tanking accelerated people's drive to go back into something that was authentic, something that they really could feel. So people, when times were tough, people started to go into things that felt right. That, I'm going to go do some good work. I'm going to go do what I do. I'm going to do my sustainability thing no matter what it is. I'm a cook. I'm a teacher. I'm a doctor. I pave roads. I'm a gardener. Anybody in any job in any walk of life, I think they paused for a minute and they said, wow, why are we here? This is a complex time in the world, and yet I think I can make a difference. So I'm really happy to see the green building movement and the sustainability movement that we know kind of gave people who were in a lot of pain trying to figure out a career path or a whole new way of their life. I think it gave them a soft landing, and I think it's going to emerge and become real. And I do more now to inspire people to find that kind of energy in themselves than I do going around telling companies to buy recycled content. It's all about sustainability within individuals and sustainability within the people in companies. So I'm having a good time.